My name is Tiffany McRae, and I am the homeowner of this home. I wanted to start by telling you my journey and how I got here. Give such huge thanks to Jennifer and her team. Before we start talking about Jennifer, move back to talking about Jeff Hernandez and the Connie Cola Company. I've known Jeff Hernandez for many years, and at the point that I was ready to purchase, I reached out to him, find a really good mortgage and understands the industry. And he said, let me connect you with Jennifer, and the rest is history. And I'm so grateful to Jeff and the Connie Cola Realty Company for everything that they did and making the introductions. It was such a big moment in my life to be introduced to Jennifer and her team. And we started this process probably about a year before we actually found the home. One of the challenges that I was facing was I really needed to find someone who understood the industry, who would keep me accountable to the things that I committed to, and would continue to follow up with me as I went through this journey. And so for me, one of my fears was knowing how big of a commitment this is and what was happening in the market at the time and understanding my credit and everything associated with a mortgage. Jennifer was there 100% of the way. I never expected to build such a strong relationship with Jennifer. I've purchased homes before, but I've never had a mortgage broker and a mortgage company be so committed and dedicated to my journey. And so Jennifer and I spoke. I told her what I was trying to accomplish. And she said, okay, here's what you're going to need. She looked at my credit report. She said, okay, let's try to pull some of these credit cards down, and I will reach back out to you in, I think it was a month. We may have literally talked every month to every 2 months for a full year. And every month I said, okay, Jennifer, I got this card down. What next, right? And she said, okay, let's pull your score. And it was not a hard hit or anything like that. It was just through Experian. And, she's like, okay, the next step is, let's pay this card down. Let's get this one together and let's make sure we're doing these things. And every step of the way, she was there and she was consulting and cheering me on. So even beyond just consulting with me, she was literally cheering me on this whole time. And I love that so much because it kept giving me motivation to keep going, right? Like we get so busy in our lives that sometimes we start out with a really good intention and maybe we don't follow through all the time. But Jennifer made me want to continue down the path and meet my goal. And a year's time passed, and in, I believe, February of this year, I looked up, my credit score was over 800, and I said, okay, Jennifer, I'm ready. And she said, okay, let's look at your score. And she saw it, and she was like, let's go. You're good. And so we reached out to Jeff, and we started the process. And in about a week's time, we found this house. And I walked in this home and said, this is it. We started the process. So we negotiated this home. The Jeff and Connie Cola Company helped negotiate. And as we got closer, and I take that back, as we started the process to negotiate, and as we identified that this was the home, I reached out to Jennifer and said, okay, this is it. What do we do? And immediately she connected me with someone on her team, and we just started getting all the paperwork together. And I was uploading documents to her secure document repository, which was awesome. I never felt like all these sensitive documents were in jeopardy or anything. I was 100% felt very secure about this whole process. And so as we went along, we uploaded more documents. I was able to follow all the milestones along the way. And as we got closer to close, again, we were in constant communication to discuss what else was needed and, if we were good. And we got to the end, and Jennifer and her team were so, they just cheered me on the whole way. They were so nice. And again, it felt to me like family. It felt like someone, a team of people was going, you got this. We're so close, right? And then the day of close, I got so many emails and text messages saying congratulations. The whole process was seamless. The other part of this that I did not mention, which I thought was amazing, was it was my choice not to actually go to the title company. The title company came to me. I signed all of my documents in my home. The whole process was seamless. The person that came to my home to help me sign the documents was lovely. Again, all facilitated and coordinated by Jennifer and her team. So, and now we're here, and I could not be happier. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Radiant Financial. I so appreciate you. You have no idea. I am very, very happy. So thank you.